Here we are. Here we are. Good night, everybody. Good night. Let's see. It's coming here. It's coming here into the Instagram and YouTube. How you doing? My name is Rafael Cruz from Miami Strength Club and also Miami Strength Radio. And we are tonight going to talk about the music, workout music. How important is it? Is it really important? What difference does it make to you? What difference does it make to the environment that you are in, the gym, your gym culture, your outcomes? You know what you're doing during your workout. We're gonna talk all about that. Tell me about your music. What kind of music are you into? Is it what kind of genre? If you have any particular special requests when you are training and that sort of thing. You know, music is very often one of the most sought out or, requested elements of your training, whether it is for you personally. You definitely make a playlist. You have things that you want to listen to depending on which stage of the workout you are. Or if you are in competition, in some kind of performance, you're definitely paying attention to these things. So let's actually wait a couple of minutes here. I have a couple of announcements. To go over. Number one, it is summer. So one thing that it's always talked about is hydration. One thing that is always talked about is hydration. How is hydration important to you? Well, I don't have any products to recommend you yet other than whatever you have available, which is water. One thing that you can do is think about how much water you're drinking. One rule of thumb, if you are an active person, if you're a very active person, specifically right here in the state of Florida where temperatures are on above 85 to 90 something right now in the summer, you're talking about, especially if you spend time outside in the sun, beach, pool, whatever, take your body weight, divide it by 2. And that's the amount of ounces you should be drinking for water. If you are active. When I say should, that's only a guideline. That's only a guideline. So take your body weight, divide it by 2. If you're very active, you can have that as a soft target. People are different. People sweat differently. People eat differently. Those who eat a lot of vegetables and stuff like that will probably require less water because their food content already has hydrating elements and nutrients and minerals that will promote your hydration. So that's one announcement, pretty much like a public service announcement. The other one is don't skip your cardio. If you're not in a diet, don't skip your cardio. I'm talking about the things that are going to keep you in shape during the summer, even if you're on vacation or whatnot. If you are not in a diet, don't skip cardio. Take a walk after meals, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That will make a difference in regulating your glucose, your blood glucose immediately after meals. And that's been proven. You can Google it. Google it is the synonymous of do your research pretty much. You can do your research and find out about those things. Without further ado, let's talk about your workout music. I particularly like music. I have my very own personal preferences. When I'm at home, when I am at work, different stages of the day, during the workout, different also stages of the workout. Music, it's well researched to enhance your workout. For example, listening to music while exercising doesn't just relieve of any kind of boredom of lack of rhythm that you may be having. It definitely helps with the excitement. It's a quality thing. If you are jiving to your vibe, to your rhythm there, it brings quality to your workout because music has a very specific emotional responds to you, based on what you like, and that will increase your stamina if you are excited about something. You don't necessarily have to be able to explain it. That's a whole different thing. Um, but if you're excited, you're listening to the music, whether on the speakers or in your earbuds, that's amazing. It'll add to your stamina. It will create a positive relationship with the workout, and it'll put you in a better mood, which is particularly good because, hey, next time you have to do the same thing, guess what? You now associate that with a very positive thing, and it's motivating. It gets you back in the gym. So do not neglect the kind of music, the kind of playlist. It deserves time. Maybe not all your time, but it deserves time. The same way you select your gear, your lifting shoes, your sneakers, your gloves, your wraps, your knee sleeves, your belt. All of that is part of your gear. Well, guess what? Music can also be an element, a factor in your training. So yeah, put it on your playlist. If it moves you, if you jive to it, put it on your playlist. Bring it to the gym. On that, bringing music to the gym, I have a couple of other comments in another segment here, but definitely want to put it out there. Now, a little bit on the psychological effects. What difference does the kind of music you listen to, how does that affect you? Here I go with I guess I want to put a little bit of a warning, because I'm going to say what the research says, as far as the research that I've done, which is go on Google and go over a few articles and whatnot. This is not an in-depth analysis of, psychological factors and personality, anything. It's not like that. But I went in there, and with my couple with my own experience and asking questions here for some time while preparing for this day, I have a couple of ideas. So one, there are different preferences of music, or no music at all. There are people that work out listening to podcasts. There are people that work out listening to audiobooks. That's all fine. And I've done that myself, by the way. Sometimes it's just more interesting to me, or more efficient for me, to listen to an audiobook or to a podcast, something that I know I'm going to have the focus. Is the only time I am in the gym. I'm double dipping there into what personal development or professional development. Sometimes the gym is an ideal place to not only focus on your body, but also focus on your mind. Maybe it's one of those places, depending on the time of the day or night you work out. It's quiet. You don't have many distractions. Maybe you're new to the gym, or you just keep to yourself. And audiobook or podcast is a good thing for you. Helps you focus, gives you the kind of mind flow, body flow that you're looking for. Another kind of preference, and it makes a difference into how you perform, is the rhythm of your workout. For example, a study of 2017 found that music can increase how long people exercise. I already touched that in the first question. The flow that you're on based on your workout selection, or your workout music selection, will give you more stamina, and you perceive that you can do things for longer. There is yet another study as far as what difference does the kind of music you listen to while working out. There's another study yet on 2019 that found that music makes us enjoy our workouts more. Well, it's your music. It's what you like, of course. I don't think there's much a surprise there. But there's another study yet in 2006 that discovered that while listening to fast-paced, loud music, people running on treadmills ran faster and further. I would say that of many disciplines as well. If it's fast-paced, if it's something heavy, if it's a very emphasized rhythm, such as heavy metal, rock, for those of us who lift heavy, maybe a great mixed or DJ'd, sort of like rhythm. A lot of people like that, independently of what kind of genre. Something that evokes or gives you a high emotional response. Something that makes you, just gives you a response. I think that's what these studies are alluding to. Uh, and while in the gym, you may find when you look around, this is a little bit, especially from a coaching standpoint, for a gym owner, gym attendant standpoint. You look around and you see that different people sort of like have different body languages, and they're well immersed into whatever they're listening to, whatever they're hearing. And that's important to notice, because that can tell us what kind of energy a person has while training. Now, there's something important here. Who is in charge of the kind of music that you're listening while you work out? Well, that kind of depends where you are. If you are in a very commercial gym, in a country club, in a residential space with that gives you no options for you to select whatever is playing on the speakers, well, I guess that responsibility is on the management of the place. And ultimately, if you can, it's also on you. Why? Well, because you can always bring your equipment. You can always bring your equipment. When I say equipment, I'm not talking about your boombox, your beach speaker that is the same size of your cooler. Sometimes they are the same thing. You don't bring your cooler speaker to the gym and then play it out loud. I'm going to tell you a little story. When I opened here, the gym, Miami Strength Club, I brought a Bluetooth speaker, the same kind of speaker that I used to take to the beach. It's my personal speaker. And I said, like, oh, you know what? Let me be cool with everybody. Everybody gets a shot at, telling or asking what kind of music. A little bit more in that later. And I brought that thing. Wow. Everybody was right over that. Hey, you know what? I'm going to max out, blah, blah, blah. It drove me crazy. And we're going to touch a little bit on etiquette, as far as, if you're a gym goer or a gym member, what kind of etiquette you have around music. But you are in charge of the music. If you're not jiving with whatever is playing on the speakers, it's fine. It's fine. That's more power to you. Get your earbuds, get on your streaming service or whatever songs you have, MP3, whatever. If MP3, for those of you that might not know, is a file format that was popular at least some time ago. I don't know if that's the thing, because most people stream now. But if you like tape, recorded tapes, or if you have vinyl that you can play, and whatever it is that you're into, just be at it, man, because it's more power to you. Your responsibility, particularly because the feelings that it gives you. If you're looking for a particular sensation when you work out, guess what? It is your trigger. Gym people don't know you that well, even if you go all the time, or even if you ask for a request every now and then. We don't know you that well, or at the very least, we don't know how you're feeling that day, or sometimes we don't know what kind of workout you're going to do that day. So as far as your workout music, you can always prep for that, and I recommend you do, especially if you are looking for a particular performance. If you say, you know what, I want to have a fast-paced workout, this is going to be maybe a superset, tri-set kind of thing, maybe bodybuilding, where I want to get a big pump, big sweat, get in and out of the gym as fast as possible. Guess what? Don't rely on the gym people to prepare the mood for you if you are working out on your own. Now, and here I go. If it is a class, then there is an expectation that the class has a certain kind of music that it is appropriate for whatever activities are selected for that class. So, since you have what psychologists call a rhythm response, which is very unique to you, as gym members or gym owners, I'm sorry, gym management, let's put it that way, we also understand that there is certain kind of music that generically give people a rhythm response, and that's the kind of music that we're gonna play here. For example, we like a lot of the classics, um, and I guess that goes into the next question. If you're a gym owner, or if you have to manage music that is going to play over public in in fitness setting, well, guess what? Management understands that there are different guidelines that we have to follow, and as a gym goer, as a member of a club, you'd understand that management has to deal with these kind of things. So let's go over that a little bit. Well, you might not be um, all aware of this, but there are certain legal issues, or quote unquote terms of service, that we have to abide by, especially when there's streaming services. I would say invariably all streaming services, excuse me, will have some terms of use, such as if you're going to take a video and post it on social media or something like that, especially if that piece of media being published or released is being put out there or published for profit, then you're going to have a problem. So I think a lot of social media platforms interpret that if I take a video and put it on Instagram, and there's a certain kind of music that hasn't been licensed to be streamed or something like that, the media platform or the social media platform can give that account a strike or remove the video or something of the sort. So you'd have to be aware of those things as a gym member. You don't have to worry about it, but know that sometimes you don't hear your particularly the favorite music or the version of a song that you'd like to hear. And guess what? There are things to take care about. I guess these are called copyrights. Also, there are different streaming media services that gyms, subscribe to. So, depends what kind of music you find there. There's general music. You have, whatever is playing on the radio, pop. Sometimes it's not the most amazing pop, your favorite artists, the ones who are on the red carpet all the time, every year. Those very, very, very well-known names and whatnot. Sometimes we don't find those in the platforms that we are subscribed to, and it's just not easy if you request something, for example, to just find that right away. Especially because we're always and constantly promoting our services and our gym and our coaching and our culture. So we want to take care of that. We don't want to be given a strike here and there. But with that said, and I think I wanted to get here, we should be done in some time, in just about 5 to 10 minutes, just to wrap this up. What kind of etiquette should you think about when you observe your behavior or workout music? Well, we touched on your speakers. Are you bringing speakers? Are you blasting your cell phone speaker out into the open, and there are other members around you? Well, think about that. You can always bring your earbuds. Sometimes those give you a very, very special and unique listening experience. Things that go into your ear, they pretty much isolate you from most, if not all, the world and sounds around you. And if what you want to do is listen to your music at your volume, that's it. That's the solution. You shouldn't be looking elsewhere. So a lot of people don't want to hear that. Your music, or they're just vibing to something else. So bring your earbuds. Bring your earbuds. That's a good solution. Now, another one. You can play. I guess that ties into the same thing. Play the music for yourself. Even if you bring like a cell phone or something and you're playing playing the music out there. Just play the music for yourself. There's no point on having 17 other people uh, be participating unwillingly of what is your very particular experience at that time. I think that's just fair enough. Sometimes you are driving down the street and you stop at the light and somebody just stops next to you with a very loud blasting music, and it doesn't bother you, but if it's not your thing, you don't have to participate of that, not involuntarily at least. Although if you're out in the streets, hey, fair game, who knows. um, it is what it is. But in the gym is a little bit different. It's people that you run into every day. You might not know them, might not know their names, but at the very least, it is people that you are acquainted with, and you share machines, you share sweat. So you might as well be a little bit of a, you expect it and you also offer it. um, such courtesy. Now, once again, if it is in a class, the etiquette is, it's the guidance and the leadership of what kind of etiquette is happening in the class, a fitness class, when it comes to workout music, is on the coach. The coach is the one who's going to select which songs work out for. If it is a choreographed class, not my thing, but if it is a choreographed class, there is certain kind of rhythms that are industry standards. Let's put it that way: spinning class, Zumba class, uh, fitness, cardio, boot camp. You name it. There are beat counts. There are beats per minute, and things like that. Musical elements or musical metrics that will be part of making that class a success. And I think, just kind of like to start wrapping it up, the last question: when is music too little or too much? Well, we talked about courtesy versus being annoying, essentially, kind of like just play music for yourself or for others. We talked about um, working. And actually, let me tell you a story. I used to, I'm still involved in educational programs out there. And for high school, sometimes for middle schoolers or elementary. And every now and then, there's this kind of a party or event, or just for bring smiles to the kids. You bring pizza. You bring pizza. Sometimes ice cream. Although you know sometimes for ice cream we need a permission slip from the parents, and pizza as well. Definitely want to take care of the kids, but you bring pizza and ice cream or lemonade or whatever it is, and everybody gets their fair share of pizza and ice cream or whatever it is that we bring as a treat. Then again, we have this kid, and it sometimes is by personality, sometimes is character, temperament, a little bit of the environmental variables out there. There's this kid that always wants more, and it almost becomes like an annoyance. Like, man, you already ate half the pizzas. Like, don't be that kid when it comes to the music. If you are going to request a song or a particular genre, you know, get your fair share, one, two, three songs, then tune out and get your own gear to continue vibing to your thing. Um, I guess music is if the music is out of context and maybe the staff is not paying attention to that, you have to definitely bring it up, especially if it is affecting the quality of your workout. So I guess that would be if when workout music is too little, if it's not promoting uh, the enjoyment or the effectiveness of your workout in a class setting, for example. If it is regular gym music, but you're not just jiving to it, hey, again, just pull your gear, put your earbuds in, your headset or whatever, and go with it. And ultimately, just know that music is a very, very, very important uh, factor or element in your workout. Uh, I don't think I don't think that's a topic to be contended. What you're listening to will affect your emotions, and I think the best quality music is that which carries, number one, something that moves you, something that brings you high energy, something that gets you excited, going, that gives you a body response, that gives you an emotional response, and promotes what you want to do. But also in the public, I think that the best music has a timeless element to it, something classical, something contemporary, and especially in my opinion, the best gym music. It is very appropriate for the setting, but has also like that family vibe. Something that maybe the whole family can listen to. Um, I guess I what I'm talking about is clean music. Um, a big word or a dirty word here and there. It's not out of order. I'd say some topics are what they are. Some songs are what they are, and there's definitely, um, I guess, very many different sides to the human experience. Um, and some people feel many kinds of different feelings and emotions when they are working out, or they want a certain kind of attention. But definitely a clean music, something that is family oriented, something that has family values at the very least, something clean. I think is, in my personal opinion, are the best kinds of tunes, uh, just because that they promote a I don't know, societal values, whatever they are. But it's better, in my opinion. That's all I have. Guys, there you have it. I'm Rafael Cruz from Miami Strength Club. If you like this information or topics like this, definitely like. You can follow us here on Instagram at Miami Strength Club. You can follow us at Miami Strength Radio also on Instagram. Go to YouTube, uh, search Miami Strength Club. We only have about 40 followers right now. It's a baby channel. Please go out there, support our YouTube platform. It'll make a big difference so that people just like you trying to find out this kind of information gets gets it, and they can make more progress. I really appreciate your time, and thank you very much. Have a good night. See you Thursday.